Worth and Rob! Eon Seek!
Over here! On your right!
Take Worth and Rob!
Right! To your left!
And Rob! And Rob! And Rob!
Good fight.
Eggsworth and Roth!
Let's go. After them.
And Roth!
Heal yourself.
Eggsworth and Roth! Eggsworth and Roth! And Roth!
Not bad, Marius. Stop right there.
Eggsworth and Roth! And Roth!
You okay?
And Roth! And Roth!
Nice shot. Burn! Burn!
Quiet as the depths.
Eggsworth and Roth!
Huh?
Left flank!
And rough! Eggsworth and rough!
Good one!
Eggsworth and rough!
Everybody all right?
Eggsworth and rough! Eggsworth and rough! Eggsworth and rough! Eggsworth and rough! And rough! Listen!
Hey! Over here! On your right!
Eggsworth and rough! And rough!
Gods! Hell!
And rough!
Coming from the right! Thanks, around! Well done!
And rough!
I could use some help in here.
And rough! Listen!
Many thanks, my friends. Name's Verano. I'd love to stay and give proper thanks, but Ranger Asierno needs my report. I came here with Ranger Casagrada to scout this area out. Oh, we got a tip that a force of bandits was gathering at this old homestead. One of us must have stepped on a twig because they spotted us right away. When I squared off, Casagrada ran the other way. Said he was going to grab Dorso for backup. Trust me, I wish he hadn't. But you can't fault a young man for being afraid. After Casagrada left, several more bandits joined the fight. They overwhelmed me and took me hostage. I overheard them talking about meeting someone next to a root-strangled tree with a view of the town. They seemed to think their contact was one of the rangers. But that would make that ranger a traitor. Oh, I seriously doubt it. Casagrada is a bright enough kid, but he doesn't have the capacity to conspire. I'd bet my life that Casagrada isn't a traitor. Just a coward. See, that's the damnedest thing. I don't know. The bandits have it worse than we do. That's why they are bandits. So they have nothing to offer. With the way trade has dried up, there is no one else here. No Thirdborners, no Paradisans, and certainly no wardens from Solace. There is just monsters. And you. Maybe so. And I'm too close to it to see the whole thing. Well, I should start hobbling back. My thanks, but no. I might be slow getting there, but I'll get there. If you're in the area, go see Captain Asierno at the watchtower. She'll be glad to see you.
I'm not sure what to make of this, but I don't like it.
Anyone else feel a draft? There. I bet there's something behind that broken window.
Stay alert. Just in case.
Welcome back. Have you called off the Rangers? Wonderful. Take these as a token of my esteem. Once this land is free from the Dream Scourge, nature itself will reward you. Be well, my strange friend. And mind your step on the way out.
Worth and Roth!
Is that all you got? One for you!
Another glorious battle.
Worth and Roth! And Roth!
What's the target?
Arms up! Take your best
And
shot!
Roth! And Roth!
Take a moment, people.
Worth and Roth!
Come again.
Take Worth and Roth!
Right. Right flank. Come and get me!
Worth and Roth! And Roth!
Here we go.
And Roth!
Right behind you.
Take a chance. Show me what you watch the left.
And run! Take worth and run!
Welcome back. You are here to collect a bounty, huh? Whose death am I recording? From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest. Good. Outlaws living off the hard work of others deserve nothing less. I see. Then the other bounty hunters did not fare so well. I am glad at least to know of their fate. Perfecto. Return when you have more to claim. Welcome back. ¿Qué?
Are you as excited to get started as I am? Because I'm very excited. Good timing. I'm about ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest? That's the fun part of metaphysics. Everything is strange, but nothing is new. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work. Animancy takes a lot of preparation. You might only have one chance to run through an experiment. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus. Think of it as a spiritual tuning fork, or a dowsing rod. It has many functions, some more obvious than others. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I can't blame you for avoiding a place like that.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
If that's where her parents died, I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay, walking into the basement of an animancer. That's what I just meant. Right, feels great. Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the Blight. Who grows here?
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants.
What a horrific fate.
Beauty reborn. A life of peace.
Guns. We can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
Gods, I can't believe this.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there? I didn't have the words. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing. Quilici thought so too. Even Ignacy offered to lend a hand. But I forbade it. My mother had an idea about how to use the essence of the living lands. And it destroyed her. My father. Our family.
I've heard that story too many times. This land takes more than it gives.
So I swore an oath. No one could enter the lab until I understood what happened. I'm on the right track to figuring it out, which is almost as good. Enough about me. Let's worry about you for a change. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way. Don't worry. It's more durable than it looks. Kind of like me. The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar. And I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. I almost forgot. Someone gave me a letter for you. They said it was for the Envoy's eyes alone. You, my new friend, are full of surprises. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety.
Ah, finally, some time to rest my feet.
Once we're all together, we should trade ghost stories. Best way to get acquainted. In the meantime, let's be off.
Welcome back!
I hope no one minds. I made myself at home.
Don't mind at all. It's good to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Giada.
Let's see. A few things about me. I enjoy long conversations, and my favorite season is autumn. Apparently, I also snore, which annoys some people.
So do I. Glad it won't just be me now. We should pitch our tents on either side of Marius. The drone really helps him sleep.
Right, that's me. And the first rule of camp is never listen to Kai. He's a blessed Nimdude of the highest order.
If anyone needs their soul tinkered on, don't hesitate to ask. I'm rather good with souls.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you again for letting me join you. An Animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an Animancer feels different without Fior Messiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. It'll take some getting used to, that's for sure. At least now I have a place I can call my own. Believe me, that's plenty. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous? A little bit of trouble in moderation can be good for the soul. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so anyway. What do you want to know? Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. Kai is a useful fellow. We need people like him to keep you grounded. Just not too grounded. On the surface, Kai is all charm and confidence. You feel good knowing he's around. But there's something deeper. Something in his core that he guards from everyone. Maybe even himself. Oh, not at all. Kai is a sweetheart. And if that's who he chooses to show us, then that's who he is. If there's another side to him, he'll show us when he's good and ready. No need to rush a natural process. Marius is working through something. An old wound that hasn't healed. A search for forgiveness? Who knows? He's a tough fellow, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on him. We're all wounded. That's the price of survival in the living lands. Just look at you. Only just got here and you died in the line of duty. You may not be from the living lands, but the island left you a scar to remember. Now, you're just like us. We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you killed your killer. Some would call that justice. Others would call it vengeance. But who am I to judge? In your shoes, I might have done the same. Vior Messiverno tolerates you well enough. No doubt thanks to my influence. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. All that matters is how you see yourself. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp. I suppose you deserve to know, after what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world. She thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the living lands into a garden. Anything's possible, but there are significant problems to overcome. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the living lands has nature in the palm of their hand. My father thought so too. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the living lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong. I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the living lands, corrupting whatever it touches. And if I'm right, that means it's been here a long time. Or the forces behind it. No. To my knowledge, the accident was no everyday occurrence. But neither was the experiment. My mother transgressed on nature, on existence itself. Still, I don't understand what went wrong. When I do, then I can finish her work. I was 17. That makes it... Gods, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Quilici got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time. Don't worry. I've lived with it for a while now. I thought my family's research could help Emerald Stair. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidaro wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got. Good question. The idea of finishing my parents' work gives me a warm feeling. But do I want it? I know I've got one lifetime, and I want to do something with it. I'm glad you think so. Not that I need your approval, but I like knowing that I have it. This is the one life where I am Giada Castel, Animancer extraordinaire. In the next life, I could be an idiotic tree. I have an obligation to use the time I have. No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first. If I must. I wish you could have seen Emerald Stair in better times.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death. The lake dries. Prune the bellflowers. Why should anything wilt? Endless spring. They breathe. They flower. They will never fade. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change? Do we not? The bear would have spent its days in the wood. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells. More than alive. No suffering. No end. Sleep now. Dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
And run! And run! Take work and run! And run!
I was worried for a second. I've seen much of the living lands, but I always come back here.
Look out for damp flies. They'll drink you dry down there.
think that I'll wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at Cam.
And rough!
Careful. This place doesn't smell safe.
Quiet as a soul.
You know what they say about sneaking up on sleeping bears? Don't.
Watch yourselves.
Take worth and wrath! Take worth and wrath! And wrath! Take worth and wrath! And wrath! And wrath! Take worth and wrath! And wrath! And wrath! Seek!
I'll fix this.
And wrath!
Never had a chance.
Nice job, everyone.
Yeah, I pretty much brought that playground down by myself.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet.
Welcome back. Whose death am I recording? Impressive. I wonder if my theory about her is correct. You would know, wouldn't you? Interesting. Here's hoping I get approved to study the flow of essence into the region's fauna after all this is done. Perfetto! That's all of them! As am I. At last I can turn my attention to more important things. Oh, how I've missed my research. Oh, please take this. It's from my personal collection of essence-infused oddities. I have a feeling you will find it of more use than I would.
This will be so very useful.
You return. Have you visited all 3 grave sites? Thank you for helping the dead to rest, my friend. You have done Fiora great service.
And wasted perfectly good food in the process.
Now, will you stand and pray with me? May you walk the path safely, always a step ahead of the pallid night and her toll. May the usher guide you through the safest doors to the next life, and may his skeletal hand bring you only warmth. May the twin gods see faith in you in all their aspects, and may death come quickly and easily and without fear. And may we all take comfort in the knowledge that the next life awaits. You know the prayer. It gives me such joy. Please, take this token of Bereth's favor. May it keep you from her path for just a moment longer. May the usher find you quickly, Aimiko, and ferry you gently to the next life.
Wake up your soul with a morning priest.
Fits like a glove.
Anyway, what is it you like so much about ghost stories, Giada?
Well, ghost stories are how we confront our fears, how we explore and define them in a safe environment.
Don't they give you nightmares? The chills? After I hear a ghost story, I can't stop imagining something behind every strange noise or stray breeze.
Of course, but telling a story gives you power over it. You get to choose when to hold back and when to be merciless.
Guess I'm more comfortable with things I can see. And shoot, if needed.
An animancer has to grow comfortable with the unknown. But that would be challenging for a soldier.
And a sailor. When you spend months at the mercy of the sea, and whatever's in it, you learn a healthy fear of the unknown.
Can't say I blame you. I'm brave enough to tinker on souls, but the ocean? No thank you. Leave me out of it.
Oh, hey, it's you. Oh, my favorite customer. Here to peruse my wares, I hope?
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
We remember.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery. Armed and ready for mischief.
Gods! Warn somebody next time.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about? We'll get to that and more, I promise. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the Dream Scourge to show its ugly face. This is no time for hesitation. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Anxiety? Annoyance? Maybe a little bit of, burnt hair smell?
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Maybe we shouldn't try again with the unreliable soul-powered device.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Don't be so sure about that. Remember, I'm an animancer, not a locksmith. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. My thoughts exactly. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Naturally. After you.
You were determined to get us all killed, aren't you?
Gods! Did
Won't you open that door? I've been praying here for ages. And in all that time, I've never found a way down to the lower levels. Not one. You're going down there, aren't you? I tell the acolytes to walk softly for a reason. Something is alive down there. Or if not alive, moving. Careful we'll be staying on this side of the door. Don't be careful. Be ready. If you don't return, I'll tell the others what happened.
I feel better about this already. I did not bring us here to explore. But clearly, something wants to be found.
I have this feeling we're not supposed to be here.
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you? Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. Oh, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
Eon Seek!
Let's take these things back to camp. You can fiddle with them there.
Like worth and wrong!
Look left.
And rock! And rock!
Well done. Glad that's over.
No, the knife that pierces in the dark.
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. 2 points for the godless, none for the abominations. Watch your head. There's a trap right above it.
And rock!
Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
If you ask me, looks like it's from the ancient Heidraku period.
We've seen godless architecture before, but I've never seen godless art until now. Imagine how much has been lost. We should keep moving. I don't mean to slow us down. I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice.
Weapon rock! Beyond seek! Worth and rock! Worth and rock!
Try again.
Just seek.
What in the name of Aora is that?
I do not want to meet whatever killed that thing.
Never seen anything like it before. We're going to die down here, aren't we? Well, have a good run.
And rock! Seek! Worth and rock!
Give me a moment.
Take worth and rock! Beyond seek! And rock! And rock! And rock! Take worth and rock! Take worth and rock! And rock! Seek. And rot.
Death into life. Interesting. The Godless clearly had some ideas about reincarnation, even if they didn't have a god.
Let's keep moving. This one makes my neck itch.
Can you imagine? Life without any gods to guide your destiny. Without anyone shepherding you this way and that. Of course I can imagine it, but I'll wager you have a harder time.
The Zarbs worshipping.
How did they even get down here? These things must have their own secret entrance. I'll say it.
That envoy?
Make worth and rot. Make worth and rot. And rot! And rot!
Come on! Come on!
And rot! And rot!
If there are any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar. We've backed the Dream Scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The Godless erected many important sites around Pillars of Adra, though I can't speak to their motives. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
Come, hear us through the Adra. You are here. You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts, we welcome you. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain. We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them. They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls. We dream, the land stirs. We become. They brought their prayers to us. We answered. We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded to our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life. Sabado. Our spark found you when you dreamed in the womb. Godlike, they said. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. And you reach back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long. Barat, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeps into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. Your words are comfort indeed. Go to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. We will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akita, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive and find us. Will you accept it? A mere drop in a lake, a drop of our blood, our sap, giving to nourish you. We would never harm you, seed of our soul. We could not, even if we wished such cruelty. Your will remains yours. Take it with our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Bind us. Free us.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
Oh, you're back. I made sure she didn't touch anything important.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, never mind what I thought. Actually, I thought your soul had been blasted to 1,000 pieces. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands, somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness.
Right. The garden. Sure. Doesn't sound like something I'd want to mess with.
If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before, though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you? Excuse me? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible. How could we have missed this? A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Maybe that tells us something. Not the Adra itself, but how it comes together. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected, but that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora, connected only to itself, or so we believe. If Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison, their tomb. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sapadal can help us fight it. A little divine intervention couldn't hurt. The real question is, where do I start? Doesn't ring a bell, but maybe someone's heard of it before. We'll find the source of the Dream Scourge in the garden. But we have to find the garden first.
This god like Sokka's out of my depth. Call me when you need to clean a rabbit.
Let's return to Fior Messiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. Gods, I don't know. The farms, the community, my research, they all depend on animancy. But the Dream Scourge is the end of animancy. The end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Wasn't much here for me to begin with.
Stop! The trees splinter, the rice turns black. The pain! The pain! They trample the farmlands. They tear down the gates.
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? Oh no. Let's go. You take the lead.
We found a way out while you were sleeping. Looks like a shortcut to the surface.
What? Where?
Seek!
Nothing there.
Beyond seek!
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What would... Oh my god. No!
Fuitu Mayu. What happened here?
What happened? Who did this? It's all gone. The city. My home. Right. We should be a moving target. In case anyone comes for us next. We have to check on the others. At least let me find Quilichi. Any survivors would have evacuated to the farms north of town. Come. There's not a moment to waste.
I'm sure someone... made it. They can't have killed everyone.
I can't believe this. What you smell is the workshop going up in flames. Our books, our chemicals, our machines. Many of those inventions were originals from the Valian republics. One of a kind, irreplaceable. I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. We lost more than our work.
It's not fair, is it? Not fair.
They burn. They blind us.
I hope everyone is all right. Animancers know how to plan for an emergency. We've never seen one like this. If anything happened to Quilichi, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm sure he's fine. He seemed like a survivor.
Again and again they strike.
Yeah.
Steel garrote banners.
And roll!
Just wait.
You don't see it. See it. Make worth and roll!
That'll show him. There's the city. What's left of it. Who could do this to us?
So many
Who
years.
could burn
of
us out like
research.
rats and call it a victory?
In the blink of an
Motherfuckers.
eye.
I don't know how we
More
recover.
later. Join the
Our
others at
past
the
is
old
in those
farm.
flames. Our history.
Same goes for you. Vidaro. Farther to the north.
Let's go.
We've got company.
Another soul for the wheel.
I think I sprained my shoulder.
Suggest we give them some space.
I don't think so.
Why will they not leave us? Cuts.
Egworth and Roth! Egworth and Roth! Egworth and Roth!
He died saving me. I owe him my life. May he pass swiftly into the beyond.
Look, they made it out. Oh, thank the gods. Thank the gods. I needed that. I needed to see them so badly. It felt like I couldn't breathe.
Breathe into a sack of some kind if that happens again. Works.
These people are looking for leadership, a sense of direction. We should find Kulichi.
Envoy? Oh, thank goodness. For a moment there, I thought we'd lost you in the attack.
As if you don't already know.
Ignacy, calm yourself.
Why should I be calm? His people burned my city.
The Stilgarrot are hardly his people.
They offered us no negotiation, no peaceful terms. Just flames and laughter as we ran. Don't be naive. Anyone who serves under an Adiran banner is complicit. Your Inquisitor is determined to burn out anyone who doesn't conform to Adiran ways.
We agree on one thing. The Stilgarrot have declared war on the Living Lands.
That sort of thinking
is precisely why my father fled the Valen republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. This attack was meant to weaken us. No doubt they will circle back to finish what they started. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch, and I wasn't strong enough to bear it. Not for me, perhaps. You must understand. My mother had the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giata.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say, I'm ready to hear it.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dream Scourge. By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop it.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean... Quilici, tell him it's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
You truly think you can find a god? I said I'd keep an open mind, but this is a bit much.
First the Dream Scourge, then the Steel Garrote, and now, what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
There is no reason to stay, unless you count picking through the ashes. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradis. Exactly. As long as we are Animancers, the Adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradis is more secure, but it would mean living under Adheran rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Paradis, no doubt. Walls, guards, and close to the sea if things get really bad.
It's unpredictable. And that's why it has a chance to succeed.
When did you grow a spine, Ignacy?
Who says I have? Take care in your travels, Giada. May we meet again.
They'll do well in Paradise. It's completely safe. As long as they keep their heads down.
My days of subterfuge are behind me. Be the leader these people need, and they will follow you anywhere.
What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you were getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel.
Gods, here we go.
Which is in Shatterscarp, so we've got to get there now. Before Fiora went up in flames, that Garrote monster took my research. Your kin are on their way to the garden now. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman. Oh, a gentleman never tells. She's a feisty one. Almost makes me feel young again.
I am officially putting a stop to this line of questioning. Keep it in the bedroom. For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley. She's a good friend and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers.
The best rangers that are left, you mean? Who sundered Steel Garrote?
I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, Envoy.
Exploring the Living Lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
It's you. The godlike. The Rangers told me you help people in dire straits. I thought they were lying. But here you are. What kind of a question is that? After what your Garrote did to this place. Forgive me, please. I forget myself. It is not anger. It is wild. I fear it may consume me. I'll be straight with you. The Steel Garrote's captain stole something precious from me. It wasn't enough to burn our city. Now they have to loot us too. She'll let you close. You can take her prize back. But you will have to kill her first. A relic of Old Valia. I don't know its actual value, but it's a treasure to me. My young nephew stood up to the Steel Garrote before they attacked. The captain gutted him and looted his ring. An heirloom with our family crest. It won't debase me any further, either. I have nothing to lose. I want that commander to die as painfully as he did. You'll find her at the Eastern Watchtower. It is not far from here. I warn you, though, her troops will probably still be with her. Bring back the ring, and I'll pay you. I can't think about her wearing her emblem. It makes me ill. I should go now. My sister will need help preparing my nephew's body. We'll both be praying for you. Damn the demons! Damn the steel goat! I'll spit on their graves! How can our family go on? Murderers. Every one of them.
You heard Vidal. The settlement is done for.
This settlement is our home. I can't believe you're ready to abandon it.
Fiore Messiverno was a dream. And all dreams end.
Stop eating grass, you incompetent cow. You're not the only one who's hungry. But we have to move. Cow, come now.
Soldiers by the watchtower. Take care.
Envoy, what are you doing here? Our report said you were still in Fior. I wish it hadn't come to that, but the Furians gave us no choice.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't tear your soul apart.
Because one wrong move from you and my soldiers will shoot. Now, state your business, and don't waste my time. We're moving out. Mission plans are confidential. Besides, this is my tower. You play by my rules.
You're in no position to offer us terms of any sort.
You don't want to find out what happens to Nimdutin who don't answer questions.
I see Lord Hilgard's second is outgrowing his boots. Fine. If I relay my orders, will you leave us alone?
I make no promises for your survival.
Answer the Bleste question and find out.
With Andra's mortar gone, Adia saw a passage to the uncharted world. The living lands were perfect. They had resources, land to build stable ports. We didn't anticipate the Dream Scourge would ruin Fjord's crops, but, well, we used the famine to our advantage. It wasn't personal. It was a token to prove my honor. It's tradition. You know that. That sentry's death is his own fault. He killed my standard-bearer. My soldiers demanded a response. As such, the ring is mine by right. That's the last I'll hear of it. An envoy questioning the dignity of the Steel Garrote. Someone needs to teach you a lesson in humility. Attack!
Stop right there. Come and get me.
They're coming!
On your left.
Eckworth and Roth!
Coming from the left!
And Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Listen! Seek! And Roth! Eckworth and Roth!
Is that it?
The beacons are lit. Good. At least someone warned the city.
Let's take these things back to camp. You can fiddle with them there.
How could this have happened? We're the best animators in the world.
Is he done? Is the captain dead? I knew I could trust you. And the ring? My family will never hear. But at least we have something to remember him by. The gods favor you. Safe journey, godlike.
Seems like a lifetime ago I was worried about the harvest. Now look at us. Kind of you to ask, but no. We need to sort through this as a community, if that's what we are. I had a chance to pack up some goods before the adherents put the rest to the torch. Any of it's yours for the right price.
Giada, thank goodness you're all right. When I saw the flames spread, for a moment...
You're not going to lose me, old man. Not even banishment can keep me away. Sorry I couldn't help you evacuate. We were preoccupied in the ruins.
Oh, I managed just fine, but unfortunately, your family's lab, your parents...
There's nothing you could have done. Besides, the living are more important than the dead. Indeed, a funeral pyre worthy of legend. Are you going to be all right?
I trust the governor to look after our people. Anywhere is safer than Emerald Stair.
Yes, but it's you I'm worried about.
I won't lie to you, Giada. War is a young man's game, and this attack has rattled me to my core. I hope that I live long enough to see peace return to the living lands. That is all.
There will be peace again. Somehow.
You as well, my friend.
Don't be a stranger. I'm still your apprentice, after all.
Oh, I beg to differ. You have taken your education places I cannot follow. Be well, Giada.
It's clear to me now. There is a threat in the living lands. But it is far greater than the Dream Scourge. Your dear friends have made a powerful enemy. So either your people don't trust you, or they wanted you burned alive with the rest of us. Think on that when you choose your loyalties, envoy. You what? It's been so long since I gave up hope. In his final days, he was fond of going out into the wilderness, and increasingly less fond of returning. Mother seemed to understand, but I never did. That was Father. When he looked at you, he saw your potential, everything you could be, and none of the flaws. Maybe I'll visit him one day, when I find my courage. At least now I can. You could have left me wondering, but you didn't. Thank you, Godlike. From the bottom of my heart.
Ignacy, I'm sorry. Are you going to be all right?
I'll be fine, Giatta. You don't have to worry about me.
I'm not, but, you know, force of habit. Our families used to be close. We have history that's older than our disagreements.
And we've helped each other in grief. At least the worst of mine is behind me. Thank you both again.
Rebuilding has begun! From the ashes, your will rise!
Be well, envoy.
Come closer, envoy. I'd like a word.
Gods.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. There will be time for that once our business is concluded. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand. We'll see about that. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. All we've done is speed things along to their inevitable conclusion. One way or another, Fuel Messiverno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fuel Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Help takes many forms. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
You might be evil, but you're well informed.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. Ludwig told me to open a path for you by any means necessary, and that's exactly what I did. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this interesting.
Let's make this a battle to remember.
I call her shins. Watch yourselves.
Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! And Roth! See! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! See!
You won't get through this!
And Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
I'll fix this.
See. Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Eon Seek! And Roth!
Not looking good.
And Roth!
Not now.
Worth and Roth! And Roth!
Just wait.
Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
There's nothing left for me here. You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. Who cares what she believes? What right have the dead to judge the living? I will not forget Fiume Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? I hope you're right. Thirdborners are tough by nature. More than a few have seen their share of battle. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back. Changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Easier said than done, especially when we're not entirely sure what we're looking for.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth, or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge. Yardsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yardsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me, then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yardsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. I just wanted you to know. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Let's get some rest. We have a long day ahead of us.
I can't. Believe it. My city. It's all gone.
It's never easy leaving home behind.
We smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Oh, it's a wonder we managed to stop them.
2 minutes. Not even counting
Envoy,
the ones we had to put
I have
down
something to
because
ask
they
of you.
went to dream
A good man is dead out there in a sense. The Dream Thralls ambushed us, and Helshin, he held them off so we could escape. There was a sword he had that was precious to him, and he would have wanted that sword to continue the fight for Adir. It's of good quality. Might be of use to you. The ambush happened out in the ancient lake bed, at the bottom of the rounded cliff. Thank you again, Envoy.
Careful. Whatever killed these soldiers is probably still out.
Bloodborners have been on edge ever since the mines got shut down. Ah, welcome to the... At least they're not coming out of the fucking rock like they did in the mines. Oh, dream thrall spiders.
Gods. Regular giant spiders are deadly enough.
Aye, a living nightmare. They swarmed just like that. At least Dream Scourge people don't eat their kill. What kind of feet have you got? We're talking about a whole mine filled with them. Follow the path down. You'll see the elevator. It's broken now, but the mines are just on the cliff above. If you hit the Leviathan skull when you're up there, you've gone too far. You'll know it when you see it. If it please you, sounds like they need all the help they can get.
Normally, spiders are beneficial to an ecosystem. But there's nothing normal about this.
Another Adiran, Kutabel.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran dream thralls.
No, but most are. Our troops haven't been spared, and more are falling ill.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe. Not an encouraging thought, but a true one.
At least you have your guard up. Maybe you'll even make it to Thirdborn.
We've been through a lot already. This isn't our first terrifying ordeal.
Look, Envoy. Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
They're not fighting over territory, they're fighting over who has suffered the most. We live in unusual times.